Okay, so very basic day one Rust tutorial. I've just written this based on an example that I partially stole, copied, whatever, from a tutorial on LinkedIn Learning, I believe it was. What I've actually done is changed it a little bit. So I'm returning two values. So if you see on line 11, I've got, well, line 10, let's start there. I've got a function called square. So basically it takes a number and then it squares it and it returns the original number plus. So on line 11, it's returning the original number x, and then it's also returning x times x, which is obviously the squared number. So here, x equals signed 32-bit integer, and then the output is also signed 32-bit integer for the original value. So that obviously would always match that, but also the squared version is 32-bit signed as well. Hopefully that makes reasonable sense. So this arrow is pointing to the types that are being returned. Right, yeah, so printing the output. So on line 6, we're actually calling the function. And then we're setting it to a variable called res, the result. So we're squaring n, and n comes from line 5. So take number 5, put it into the square function, return it. So that gives you back your 5, 25. And then I don't want 5 and 25. I just want to print the square. So by doing res.1, that's a tuple. So unlike with a list where you would put square brackets around it, I'll show you what happens if you put square brackets around it. You get the error. So here it says, the help is brilliant in Rust. It says to access tuple elements, use res.1. So yeah, just do what it says. And also, I didn't put that in to start with, so if we run that, it works. So we don't actually need the colon and question mark. If I'd done, let me just show you this. So if I take that off, we've actually got 5, 25. If I run it again, we'll get an error. And if I scroll up, again, it gives me the answer. It gives me the fix. So it's saying put in colon and a question mark. So put in the colon and the question mark, compile it again, and there we go. So although you don't need the colon and the question mark if you are just returning a single integer, if you're returning a tuple, then you need it. There we go, set it back to 1. So I'm just returning a single, an integer, 25. So that's why it will successfully compile. And if we just look there, you can see we've got main and we've got main.rs. Main.rs is the source file and main is the compiled file. And if you just want to run it from the command line, just main, and that's a binary executable, just like if it had been written in C, C++, you name it, any other compiled program. So yeah, quick tutorial demo of how to return a tuple and how to print it, and also how to pick out part of a tuple when you're printing it. And yeah, just how to specify the data types when you are returning more than one value. So potentially I could have done I64 there. Let's just see if that works. Let's see the help. Expected I64 and I32. You can convert an I. Okay, let's try that. Go into. No, we're running into we're getting into the unknown now. So I'll quit while I'm ahead. So there we go. That's how to make a function and return it as a tuple and then print one part of the tuple. So thank you for watching.